That's all right. You're welcome here anytime.
Morning, Rick. Just confirm some lineup decisions. PLD and Mason will both be back tonight.
Yes.
And Nate comes back in for Kyle.
Kyle, who was under the weather. That's why he was not on the ice today.
Right. If he wasn't under the weather, given his game the other day?
Kyle was under the weather, so Nate goes in.
Yeah. Might he have?
Good try.
Okay. And David is going to be in net, just a case of trying to manage Connor's workload a little bit?
Yep, it is. He played the back-to-back, which wasn't not in the plans. We wanted to play Ritter on Saturday night, so the way we ended up doing it, I know we had the day off yesterday, but we've got, with Minnesota coming in, it's a good chance for David to play. Plus, when we go on the road next week, there's 3 and 4. David's certainly going to have to play in one of those games, so we had to get him in.
On the subject of managing workloads, couldn't help but notice Nikolai Ehlers, I think, just over 11 minutes the other day. I think that was third least among all the forwards. We talked to Nikolai today. He said it remains a work in progress coming back from the injury that he had. He also said, got to play better. I guess, what's your take on the current state of his game?
Well, you have to watch the game and see what we were doing. Okay, Mark's line was, they had those early goals. They got us going. Adam's line was going against McDavid. The Gus line was playing really well in the forecheck. I really wasn't happy with 28's game, and I had to talk to him about that this morning. So Nick's ice time was really affected by that more than anything. So the other 3 lines were going. I didn't like the looks of that. It wasn't going as good as the other lines. And because of the way of the rotation of getting Adam out there against McDavid, it did cut back into their ice time.
Right. Just with that injury, though, and his explosiveness is such a big part of his game. Is that something that it does, in your eyes, it's going to take some time for him to maybe get back to the Nikolai Ehlers we've all seen?
No.
You think he's there?
He wouldn't be playing if we didn't feel that he was close to 100%. Now, it's like Apple. They've missed so much time. The timing and the reads and everything else, that takes more time than anything. And, he's never played with Kevin before. So that wasn't in sync, and I could tell that. So now with Doobie back, it gets a little easier to get him more minutes. So it's based more on that than anything else. They have the 3 lines going. I know there wasn't great chemistry between Kevin and Nick, and I could see that. But I wasn't going to tamper with the other 3 lines because they were all doing the job that we asked them to do.
Yeah, are you struggling to find a spot for Nikolai then?
No, not tonight. We go with Doobie.
Right, but he's been up and down. You've tried him on the top line. You've tried him on the
third. But we haven't been in the position that we are tonight with the other lines pretty much set. So we'll try. Yeah, we've got to get that going. I like the look of Nino with Scheif's the other night. I like that look. So now we go this way. When we start to keep throwing bodies in here, it disrupts your lines, it disrupts your chemistry. And sometimes it takes a little while to get that flow back. And we're kind of dealing with that now.
Some fans will talk about analytics and how good he is at zone entries and all that kind of stuff, carrying the puck and all that. Where do you see him on that? Do you see the value of him
absolutely.
In that?
We sat down and went over his shifts the other day, and that's all I want him to do is carry that puck in as much as he can and circle the net and find those guys. That's where he's very good at. That's exactly the conversation in the exact video we went over the other day. In Edmonton, I thought there was a couple times he pulled up and turned it over when he could have kept skating. So he's being encouraged to do exactly what you just asked me. In Edmonton, he didn't do it enough. So, yeah.
Is that just a lack of confidence then on his part? Like,
Reads,
where are you seeing the lack of?
That's the missing that much time. And just sometimes you feel more crowded than you really are. And when you look at the video, you say, yeah, wow, I did have more room there. Sometimes you get out there and there's bigger guys. And again, it's so easy from upstairs. And so we see on the video, right? Power of pause. We can make anything look good or bad depending on what we want to say, and we can, right? We can take a very positive clip and pause it at the right time and make it negative if we want it. But no, so my purpose with Nick the other day was just to show him that you do have more time and you can keep skating and you can carry that puck in deep and find those late guys, which is strength. But again, when you haven't played a lot and your timing and your reads off, sometimes that happens, so we guide them through it.
Rick, in the 4 games that PLD was between Ehlers and Wheeler before PLD got hurt, what did you like from that combination?
They were creating offense. I mean, they were doing the job that we needed them to do. Nino changes it when we get Nino. Obviously, that changes everything up. But no, we like that. And there's times I'll put Nick up there with Mark and KC, the speed, right? So that's good as well. So, but for now, we want to see if we can get, with Nino's arrival and Vladdy coming in, we want to see if we can get some consistency to the lines.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you about Nino with Scheifele there, because I mean, I guess you'd had slated Nino with PLD before PLD got hurt. So what did you see forming between Scheifele and Nino?
You see him at the net. You take a look at those first 2 goals. You got Nino right down around the net. He knocks guys off the puck. He's a bull around the net. He plays a more physical style than Mark and KC. So getting in the forecheck and knocking guys off the puck and being tough to play against the net. He's reliable defensively.
Rick, you've mentioned repeatedly that you don't like.
So I'm repeating myself all the time.
No, not at
Is
all.
that what you're saying? Quit saying the same thing
Yeah,
in different ways.
it's because we keep asking you.
No, but you guys always change the wording. It's the same question. It's just the words what you're using asking.
That's why I didn't say we say repeatedly. You have mentioned often, though, that you want to keep guys fresh. You don't want guys sitting too long. But are you at that point in the schedule now where it comes down to it has to be the best 18 skaters available?
Yes.
So with respect to the defense, then, you've got it overcrowded. Has the coming in and out of the lineup there changed?
Yeah, I mean, Capo did such a good job last game. That would have been an interesting conversation we would have had today. Goes back to his try at taking the run at it. See, there's the same question, different words, coming at me at a different angle. You're going to get the same answer.
That's what I said. We didn't ask you repeatedly. The other question, there was so much emotion, passion, urgency in the building on Saturday night. Would it be reasonable to suggest it will be a challenge to muster that up tonight, given the opponent that you haven't seen all year long?
It better not be. Yesterday morning we woke up in 3rd. This morning we wake up in 8th. That's how tight it's going to be. So regardless of the opponent, regardless of the Saturday night Hockey Night in Canada or Monday night San Jose, man, we got to play our game and we got to bring that emotion. And one of the things I loved, you saw when we got that late power play goal, Scheif, fortunately, he didn't hurt him, but he tackles Mo. But that's the passion, that's the emotion that we want to see every night. That's what's going to carry us through these next 19 games. But like we just talked about, you want to wake up in the morning, you be in 3rd, or you wake up the next morning, you're in 8th. But that's how tight it's going to be. And it's not going away. And it's going to be in there. It's up to us to manufacture that every night.
Rick, what expecting to see from Nate Schmidt? I mean, this is something he dealt with early in his career, but it's been a long time since he has been a healthy scratch.
Just to play like he can play. He's better than he's shown. He's a veteran guy, and we just need him to play like that. And just like Nate's a big reason of why we're where we are all year long. He's that's why we are. I mean, earlier in the year we were playing better and we were challenging for first place in the conference, and Nate was a big part of it. His play dropped off. It's just a little more inconsistent. We need him to be just very consistent at what Nate Smith does well. Go back, get the puck, make the right play with the puck, come up with the play and help the power play.
As a veteran coach, how do you know when it's time to sit someone versus having a meeting with them or giving them a chance to play?
I always warn them. It's never right out of the blue. They're not shocked by it. So Nate and I have had conversations over the last month. So it's not come right out of the blue. You're not playing tonight. It's you got to play better. Now you've brought yourself into the discussion. Are you going to play every night? Now you've got to play your way out of that discussion. So, anyways, good. Thanks.